Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Demos, choosing the right copy for you. I'm Xavier, X-Man Paul, coolvoicemedia.com and coolvoiceradio.com, and I'm really excited that you're joining me for a really informative session. Now more than ever, the voiceover industry has more opportunities than ever before, and it's the reason why voice talent really need to be intuitive and understand their brand on an intimate level. So when it comes to demos, choosing the right copy for you is integral for you to move to success. Actually, this webinar PowerPoint presentation comes at a very interesting time for me because only recently did I complete a 2-part promo series with David Goldberg from Edge Studios entitled Promos, Getting Your Voice Started, Getting Your Voice Out There. The first part was more on the business of promos, and the second part was more on the technique. And so many people contacted me after that webinar with David Goldberg from Edge Studios requesting to get their demos done, requesting demo coaching. And what began to happen, the more people I talked to, the more people were asking me, how do I find copy for my demo? I need to pick copy for my demo and I don't know where to start. How do I know I'm picking the right copy that's really going to accelerate my voiceover career and make the casting people go, wow, this really is happening on this demo. I've got to call this person in. And then I began to realize that it was a really great need out here in the voiceover market now for people that are getting their demos done either through Edge or really through wherever they are to get that solid, not only coaching in terms of voiceover technique, yet also to get that solid coaching in terms of picking the right copy for whatever kind of demo that they're producing. It could be commercial, it could be promo, it could be narration, medical narration, corporate narration, it could even be IVR. So no matter what kind of demo is going to be produced, what's needed are the right selections to really bring the unique qualities and the signature sound of the voiceover artist out to the fore and really up to the market so it can show, wow, here's what's really happening with this voiceover artist. They're ready for the business. They're ready to start booking. They understand where their voice fits and just how it fits. So I realized I had to sit back and think to myself, how do I, as a demo producer, find the right copy for the students that come to me? It's really an interesting collaborative process and a very intuitive process. It's a process of trial and error in the coaching stage to really help the talent figure out, here's what my voice can do when it's in this particular mood. Here's the strengths that come to the fore when I'm directed or not directed in a certain way, and really bringing it all together to find the solution. And in picking the right copy for your demo, what happens is the signature sound and the nuances of one's signature sound come alive for the very, very first time. So doing this really is a interesting educational process, I think, for everyone involved, including myself, because new voices are coming to the fore every day. New casting requests are coming to the fore every day where they're asking for interesting new types that they've never asked for before. The ability to be friendly and conversational and enthusiastic and at the same time have an authoritative push to the voice. So these new voiceover requests and new challenges for voiceover artists require voice artists to show that they can add layers, those nuanced layers that previously were only accomplishable by seasoned talent are being required for solid ranked beginners. So, without further ado, I think this is a fantastic opportunity for us to all move to our next level in our voiceover career. With that, I'm so excited to get started, so here we go. I've been a voiceover artist, radio commercial producer, and copywriter. I've done promos for HBO, CNN, The Weather Channel, MTV, Nickelodeon, most recently NBA's Red Bull Midnight Run, and several characters in the video game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Reese's Puffs Peanut Butter Cereal, Colt 45, Foot Locker, so many different voiceovers that it got to the point where I began copywriting for these commercials that I was doing voice on. They began saying to me, you're such a great improver, we want you to write these spots. So I began crafting the vision to the voice. I began crafting the script to the casting director's vision of exactly what has to happen with the voice that needs to come in and really make copy come alive. So I began coaching and teaching students in voice talent and moving up and down the ladder through the casting process, over to training, and back around to demo production. Because in the real world, it's really the script first and then the right voiceover talent to cover it. When it comes to demo production and choosing the right copy for you, it's really the voice talent first, the understanding of the brand, and then the fantastic scripts that really make your brand come alive. Now, before you even step into the voiceover world, I want you to consider this piece of advice. It's really a short story. When I started as a voiceover talent and I heard my first demo, I was amazed and I thought I've never heard anything like this before. I felt that way because it was true. I really hadn't. I didn't know what my voice could do in the voiceover world. Sure, in the real world, I could hail a taxi or ask for cream and sugar or order a burger or, hit on someone I thought was hot. But the truth of the matter is, when it came to the voiceover world, I needed to really develop my skill to know what could my voiceover instrument do when it's time for the casting world to figure out who I really am. Then I had to realize that it's a whole different deal in the voiceover world. I understand that people are really caught up in the current trend of natural and sounding conversational, and that's important. Yet always remember that voiceover is the illusion of natural speech. It's not natural speech. You're creating an illusion from the ground up. So with that, you've got a tremendous amount of latitude and a tremendous amount of ability to create any kind of sound you want, an extension of your own personality if you need to. And that's why choosing the right copy really becomes a great, great tool in being able to do that. So understand, as a new talent, you've got to remember you've never heard yourself in the voiceover world before, and the truth is, it's going to take some getting used to the sound of your own voice and getting used to what happens to your voice when you're really in the mood with a specific piece of copy. It may totally transform your sound and take you places you've never been before. Picking the right copy really entails asking more questions than probably you've ever asked yourself in your life, if not the voiceover industry. What's the fundamental voice quality that you have? Really, is it a teenage voice? Is it an African-American voice? Is it a British voice? Is it a hip, cool sound? Is it a deep voice of God thing that you're doing? Now, where's the signature sound? Within those different vocal qualities that I just described is a certain emotional point of view that comes across. If it's young and hip, is it edgy and urban? Or is it, hey, fun guy hanging out at the beach telling you about something cool that he saw on Spotify? Now, how would that signature sound be best represented? If we took the signature sound and threw it up on the wall, what would stick? If the signature sound were a car, where would it drive to, and why, and how long would it take to get there? All these things really matter because when it comes to the voice, understand that the fundamentals really do apply. It's the mood that drives it. Not only the mood for the particular piece of copy, but the mood of the overall voiceover artist's personality. And really making that work for you. Who do you remind people of as a voiceover talent? Could it be Morgan Freeman? Could it be Sam Elliott? Could it be a Mike Rowe thing, where you're the cowboy's cowboy? Now, when's the best time to make the demo? In my opinion, the best time to make the demo isn't only when your technique is really rock solid. It's when your technique is best shown off in the pieces of copy that you've chosen for your voiceover demo. It's at this point in your selection process or your creative process that working with a coach becomes the difference that makes the difference. You want to know that you're putting your best foot forward. You want to work with a coach that will describe to you how the casting world will hear your voice. Think about what kind of stories your voice was, as I like to say, spiritually designed to tell. It should sound natural, since doing voiceover can be a really very left brain, ephemeral, ethereal, having a connection to the creative, unconscious, spiritual world kind of a thing, where you're really using your instincts, and that becomes really most important. So, conversely, picking the right pieces of copy needs to be a little more right brain, a little more deductive reasoning, a little more process of elimination to get to the really best pieces of copy that really make your voice sing and soar in the voiceover world. Work with a coach to help you do that. You need an objective ear. Phase 1. Bear in mind that the 4 phases of selecting your voiceover or narration demo or trailer or audio book really involve taking it step by step. The first phase is really determining the style of demo. Is it audiobook? Is it promo? Is it medical narration? Is it character animation? Cartoon animation? Is it IVR? Is it extreme sports within the promo announcer genre, or is it more of a golf channel kind of a thing? Is it MMA where it's really driving and edgy, or is it team sports? Determine this because it's going to really help us figure out what's our starting point when it comes to picking the right piece of copy. Phase 2. Now, bear in mind that many times the adjectives that describe the signature sound really come from the mood to the specific pieces of copy that you choose to show off that mood and your strength within that particular sound. Now I think is a great time for me to play for you some recent student demos that are a perfect example of this. I realized that my current students had fantastic voiceover skills, yet without the right pieces of copy to show those skills off, they were dead in the water in the voiceover world. So right now, let me play for you Sean Rowe's demo, a brand new guy to the voiceover world, and you'll hear how voiceover copy really brings his voice to life. Take a listen.
The Chevy season of doing, where full-size trucks with full-size deals help get things done. The all-new Mighty Wings, available in 3-piece, 5-piece, or 10-piece. More new taste to love, only at McDonald's. Regions salutes the countless African Americans whose past efforts move us forward today. The summer's most refreshing beer, Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. New Gold Bond Men's Lotion has skin-strengthening proteins, plus 7 intensive moisturizers for skin that's healthy and good-looking. New Gold Bond Men's Lotion really works. This is the new Nutrisystem, America's #1 home delivery weight loss program. Visit Nutrisystem.com and get your first 7 days free.
Sean Rowe really shows that he can really be the guy's guy and also someone who's cool and caring, who's inspiring, who's the storyteller, who can be commemorative. He can go from commemorative to hip to informational. And I really like that about his voice, so I really wanted to bring those qualities out. Really determining the adjectives that describe the range of your brand. Young, hip, and cool. Can it go from raw to in-your-face to edgy to smooth, laid back, and real? If so, then you know you've got range working for you, which is really what you need in the voiceover world. Authoritative, deep, and gravelly. Can it go from nostalgic storyteller to high-energy pitchman? Then you're really in the right vein. Is it sexy, sultry, young female? Can it go from playful, seductive to high-energy gal or guy on the go? If so, then you know you're really working your vocal range and your emotional range. These are the same kinds of situations you're going to face in the casting world, where you'll need to interpret adjectives and bring them back to whatever your signature sound is. Interpret it your way and deliver the copy that will make them bring you back and book you. Phase 3. Determine the signature sound within the genre and market ranges. Now, sometimes when you're doing, say for instance, a political demo, you may want to show off different shadings of your ability to do political genre. Go from real person to more authoritative. If it's video game character, go from the victim to the kick-ass. If it's commercial character, go from the person who's just sort of happy, fun, and go lucky to the person who's really serious in PSA. Phase 4. Based on where you were from phases 1 through 3, I want you to really start honing in on the best pieces of copy. If you can write, then begin your copywriting skills. But keep in mind, you want to write for the spoken word, not just grab something out of a magazine print ad and change a few words around. I think you kind of should avoid magazine print ads, celebrity campaign voiceover copy that's sort of already done and associated with a current celebrity, script library copy that has a tendency to be overdone, and major campaign voiceover copy that can be too readily associated with an already established voice. It's best to work with a coach or someone who can really give you access to the best pieces of voiceover copy that are current, so that the industry can hear what you can do in a real voiceover situation. I want to give you guys some first-hand advice, because some of the demos I've listened to sound a little tacky because they were written badly. I also suggest if you write your own copy, make the first words catch the listener's attention. Then keep it light and pleasant to listen to, unless you're really purposely going for a heavy or harsh sound. See, human nature has a tendency to tune out any speech listening after about 10 to 15 seconds, so you really want to hold the listener's attention and vary it. Let me play for you another demo of one of my recent students. It's going to give you an idea of how that conversational sound can open itself up to a wide variety of copy choices. Take a listen to Ken Gladden.
If you can't do one more rep, why bother? GNC, refuel your body. Growing up, I always wondered, how can I get from here to there. Now thanks to Allstate, they call me Dr. Kenneth Williams. Listen, I produce music. I won't leave the studio until I get the right sound in my tracks. When it comes to playback, Beats headphones is where it's at. It's time to set it off. Chrysler 300C. Big Mac, fries, a Coke, and hip-hop, a classic combination. The basketball court is like the streets. It's a jungle, but I got the power. Powerade. I might not make it to the pros, but with the new LeBron X's, I just might die trying. Angela Bassett.
I just don't want to see you end up dead.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community? They want us to kill ourselves.
Ice Cube.
Shit just goes on and on, you know.
Morris Chestnut.
Listen, I want to do something in my life, all right? I want to be somebody.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
We still got one brother left, man.
Boys in the Hood. 20th anniversary. Now on DVD.
Wow, I think he really shows his personality on this demo. He's an actual hip-hop producer. So when he came to me, he wanted really to get that part of his personality out. So I wrote for him specific pieces of copy that show not only his activity in the hip-hop world, yet also show how he can bring his own personality to a wide variety of products that are outside of the hip-hop genre and still be himself. He's getting calls from agents galore after we produced and worked on his demo and picked copy for his demo. And agents really are responding to the fact that he sounds very real and raw. We were able to bring out his real personality, what really makes him uniquely him, and that's what the voiceover world is really responding to. As a matter of fact, take a listen to one more demo. This is Amy Wasserman.
Okay, Jonathan, let's go. Sometimes moms need a little help getting their families going. That's why Florida orange juice should be part of every morning. Rise and shine!
It's 5 in the morning.
Catching Christmas values at Best Buy builds character.
This is punishment.
You'll be sleeping on the couch by New Year's.
I'll warm up the van.
Aw, honey, I love your Christmas spirit. Got a thing for shoes? At JCPenney, so do we. That's why this Friday and Saturday, it's our walkathon sale. You can get an extra 20% off shoes and accessories with your JCPenney Rewards credit card. You've got a long trip ahead, but you're worried about embarrassing urges and leaks. Vesicare can reduce urges and may even reduce bladder leakage. Take care with Vesicare. The YMCA has changed a lot, so join today. To learn more, go online to ymca.org. The economy's definitely taking a toll on us because my husband's working extra hours these days and gets home late. So I keep the kids well fed with Carolina rice. Cooks up right every time. Lancome's throwing a party and you're invited. Come to Dillard's for the launch of our newest fragrance, So Magic, and enter a world where anything can happen. Jergens, skin is in.
Yep, Amy sounds great. In real life, she's a stand-up comedian, so we took her natural personality and really made it work for her. She understood how to improv and sound real, so we even took it to yet another level by really creating copy that spoke to her personal experience, as well as some of the things that she thought were uniquely ironic and funny, and it really made for a personality-driven demo that was so strong that after 1 week, she got called in by the top casting director here in New York City. It was amazing. Her head was spinning from the studio to the casting office. I love it. I really think that strong coaching is really the way to go. It's helping you pull it all together when it's time. Now, copies and copy arranging. Choosing and arranging scripts is perhaps the most essential aspect in completing a voiceover demo. I say if you really need 8 to 10 pieces of copy on your commercial voiceover demo, then start by honing down a good 20 to 30 pieces of copy down to the strongest 8 or 10. And then when you've got those 8 to 10 pieces of copy, you want to make sure that you're picking out the best moments within those pieces of copy. They don't all have to be, 10 seconds. Some pieces may be taglines, anywhere from 3 to 4 seconds. Some pieces may be a whole 15 seconds. You may want a dialogue spot to show your ability to improv and work with other talent. You may want to also show your ability to speak quickly or slowly, how you can vary your technique to service a variety of casting needs. So really keep this in mind when it comes to picking pieces of copy. It's a showcase for your voiceover skills. The incorrect choices, pieces of copy that really are outside of your vocal range, really outside of a genre that you're strong in, that are kind of outside of your technique abilities, kind of do you and the voiceover industry a disservice because it's really setting a bad template for the casting world. Remember, your voiceover demo is a way for the voiceover industry to put you in the correct category so that you can be continually called in that category effortlessly. So make the job easy for you and the casting world by going right in not only on your signature sound, yet the correct nuances of your signature sound. From all the selections, record them and play them back before you go in for your actual voiceover demo session, because you want to really take a listen to make sure that it's really fitting you and your energy level. And if you really want to be brutal, you might want to ask questions like, if 50 people were auditioning to voice each of the spots you've read, which jobs would you book? Truth of the matter is, when it comes to picking copy for your voiceover demo, it can be really difficult. So I want to show you how I can help. I really go for those one-on-one sessions because it's so important to work closely with someone that you're comfortable with, that you can trust, and who really knows how to bring your best voice out when it comes to game day. I'm going to go in on how your emotional range determines your ability to be cast in the voiceover area. I've got a strong background in acting and theater, so I really understand how to be the voiceover actor, how to really bring the characters to life, and to do it in a way that shows off the strongest nuances of your personality. Then I'm going to go in on figuring out how that emotional range determines your voice brand so that it's repeatable and natural for you. And then with the copy that I choose for you, it's going to really also show off your understanding of the voiceover business. Because let's face it, people, it's a competitive industry, and we want to make sure that we have every edge possible when they take a listen to our demo, which they may not hear in its entirety. You want to show off that you're smart about the voiceover industry, that you're intelligent about what campaigns are really right for you and what styles you can excel in, so that when you begin working with an agent, that you can book on a regular basis. I think the most important elements of a voiceover demo are the technique that you show off on those pieces of copy and the actual copy. That's the reason why I've come up with these various packages that show off really what you can do and just how you do what you do by going through the basics of training to make sure that everything is corrected in your education of just how you approach copy, so that when we finally do, it's really showing you off to your best. I'm going to consult with you for 2 hours in package A. I'm going to plan out everything. I'm going to make sure that all of the pieces of copy are right. And if we don't find something in my library of about thousands of actual voiceover scripts and actual voiceover jobs that I've done or recorded or written, then we're going to write something specifically for you based on what comes up for you when I coach you in voiceover class and or one-on-one coaching, because it's going to need to fit you like a glove. Your voiceover demo is your glove to the industry. You want to make sure that those fingerprints are right. Package B, I'm going to give you the marketing, the reel, and some consultation during the process of marketing. So you get a strong understanding of how does the casting industry want you to present yourself when the demo is done and it's uploaded to your website. As you continue that process while picking the jobs that you are showcasing your voice on, that you can absolutely be strong once again by picking things that are demo worthy. Again, just because something has been done actually doesn't mean that it's worthy to be on your demo. Because sometimes producers, when they cast you for voiceover, can be very attached to not so much the sound of your voice, but more so the way you read something. And many times, sometimes not so much the way you read something, but the sound of your voice. Whether or not you're castable on a continual basis for that particular spot could be questionable. So that's why you need another ear to kind of help you understand and help you decide when things are absolutely right for your demo and are really opening up a brand new market for you. With my last package, package C, I give you the mentoring, the demo reel, the coaching, the script selection, and the agent referrals all in one. I want to make sure that you start your work in the voiceover industry the minute that demo is done. Because let's face it, we're in a world of results. And I want to bring results to everybody I work with in the voiceover industry. I do that by going into my exclusive list of contacts that I've been working with for the past 25 years and saying to them, hey, I've got a fresh voiceover talent that's got a fantastic sound. Take a listen. And then we get feedback from my contacts. Sometimes the feedback can range from, wow, this is really great. He or she is booked tomorrow, to, okay, let's take a listen to that demo again and let's rearrange the order. Or, this sound on the demo is really strong. Let's have more spots in this particular area, and then we'll go back into the studio and regroup, re-record, and really reassess where we're at. And it's an ongoing process of honing and shaving and adjusting and really taking your brand to the level that it needs to be to compete with already established talent. And if you're already an established talent, really to be able to move to your next level as a voiceover artist. In each of these areas, I think it's so important to understand that the process of determining what goes on your voiceover demo is a process of determining exactly who you are and all the various nuances that really make you tick. And then taking those nuances and bringing them to the voiceover copy that really shows you off at your best. I want to play for you one more demo. It's Mia Bankston. She sounds great. Take a listen.
Welcome to Flick. Our belief in community and partnership guides our collective vision, a vision toward excellence in contemporary corporate dining and conference center management. We're ready and able to meet each and every client's needs.
Welcome to Detroit, Michigan, historically known as the Motor City, Motown, or sometimes just the D. Founded by the French in 1701, Detroit is a unique city that's rich in culture and community. Whether you like history, architecture, or both, you'll find what you're looking for on this tour.
Choose a quiet place and sit in a comfortable position. Keep your back straight to prevent your mind from becoming sluggish or sleepy. Breathe naturally without attempting to control your breath. Concentrate on it to the exclusion of everything else. You've reached the Downtown Center of Preferred Health Partners. Please note that calls may be monitored for quality assurance purposes. Please continue to hold, and your call will be answered shortly.
Would you like to go on an adventure? Let's you and me take a trip with our imaginations. Do you know what your imagination is? Well, it's like using your mind to think. But not just any kind of thinking. It's about thinking about all kinds of thoughts.
For a student using insulin, diabetes must be managed 24/7. The Safe at School campaign helps families overcome barriers at school by building greater awareness about challenges and providing simple, safe solutions toward treatment.
I love playing voiceover demos because it really shows off the best of what